Let's get started. Hands at your waist. Let's warm up. Turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders, lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Look at the heel of your opposite foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, parallel feet. Open them up. Cross and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, golden cockerel. Here we go. Shift your weight to the left, up, center, counterbalance. Golden cockerel stands on its left. Down, shift weight, concentrate, focus, balance. Down, up, down, up, tuck your butt. Increments, slowly shift your weight, up, tuck, hold it, down, shift, up, tuck, hold it, down, up, down, up. One more set. Really good. Shift weight, center, up, tuck, hold, down, shift weight, up, focus, tuck, hold. Right hand on the outside, right foot coming up, kicking out. Shift, up, focus, out. Shift, up, out. Last set, you're on your own. Do it the best you can while I watch you work on it. So what we're looking for now is a little bit more. So you notice that when I'm in tight here, I can maybe do this good. But once I have the movement to do this, I don't want to come here, I want to come out to give me that space for more of a flow. Give me the space so I can gather that energy and come up and out. If I'm tight in, what do I have? I can only come up. I cannot go and sway and flow. So you want to open up your stance, be aware of where your feet are. If you're doing golden cockerel and you set in the first one, make sure it's like a commencing form where you have some space. It will help you use your body to make that movement and balance better, okay? What I'm trying to do for those of you who have been following me for a long time is try to help you use your whole body. That's my whole focus. So a lot of times everybody tends to only do heel, hands, out, serve your snack, rather than out like this. Also, along with that, I want you to be able to flow a little bit easier and more comfortable and making use of your whole body rather than just hands and using that flow and energy radiating from the base and coming out forward. So I'm looking more, trying to get you to emphasize more with your hips and waist, total body in all movements. It's something that I can gloss over and say, you know what, it's an individual style. But I think that you've been loyal to Tai Chi for a long time, and I think I would do you justice if I encourage you a little bit more. This is a big class again. It is composed of you, my old timers, and brand new students. My focus today and for a good part, if not half the lessons, will be on Yang 24, okay? Now those of you who do Yang 24 in your sleep, you have to pull yourselves out from that stupor and you need to be aware that there can be improvements, and some of which you may have not heard, and some that you have heard but not implemented. So we're going to refine those movements, and everybody can stand some progress in that area, all right? So commencing form. Okay, for good Tai Chi posture, this is good Tai Chi posture right here. This is not good Tai Chi posture, and you can readily see that my silk silver thread, and maybe I did it wrong, but this is not good Tai Chi posture, which is commonly seen among more experienced students. Can anybody tell me why, just so that I know what you saw? I just showed you, it's very clear to me what you don't understand, and therefore, when I watch you, I see it, okay? Remember, there's something that holds us up. That hold us up thing did not hold us up in the wrong way. In the wrong way, I allowed my head to come forward with my hand. This is wrong. The right posture would be upright this way. It's a small difference, but you can feel it, and it's an important difference to make yourself in better balance and to do proper Tai Chi. So those are the small things. I see it, but I can correct it, but unless you are very alert and very conscientious to call yourself down and say, am I in proper Tai Chi position? That's the only way that you're going to correct yourself. So those are the kinds of things I'm looking at, okay? So what is it that I want? I want the head to always be erect. So can you do it with me on a Tai Chi ball? Parting the wild horse's mane out and to the side. Here it is. My head stayed erect and it did not follow my hand. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball T stance, out and to the side, bow stance, move that hip and waist, don't move your head forward. Sit back, and so when you do this and do it correctly, hopefully you will be saying to yourself, oh, I feel much taller. I feel much safer, and this is how the Tai Chi posture should be all the time. If our hand goes out, it's not just the hand that's going out. It's controlled by our core muscles and our mind. Let's ward off. If you ward off, the same thing occurs. The head stays on your middle of your shoulder and does not move even at this point, even though your core muscles are pushing your hands out to grasp the bird's tail. Other side, sit back, all the way back, then twist. Shift your weight, hold your ball. L stance, ward off, but keep that head erect. Then grasp the bird's tail as you sit back, no weight on the front foot. Then turning first, then squaring your hips and waist, then contacting, pushing, keeping that head erect, even as you sit back, and even as you push forward. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball. So as you hold your ball this way, that's that Tai Chi posture that you should always maintain. Okay, so all the time, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you see it mainly in parting of the wild horse's mane when you're like this. So what I heard from Carolyn, she said the knee went over the toes. The knee had to go over the toes because the head was pushing everything forward. Okay? And this, the leg that's not the advancing foot, this leg, not the advancing foot, should not have a dip in it, It should not have a dip, so if there's a dip, it's throwing my alignment off. As small as it is, it's throwing it off. Therefore, you need to keep this yourself elevated, but the back knee as straight out as possible. There's a tendency to keep that knee straight out as possible, but to slide forward, and that becomes an error. So it's compounded by where and how you stretch that knee out. It plays on each other, it's coupled together. So you need to watch that, okay? All right, let's learn the 24 and try to implement what I just taught you, okay? Commencing form. All right, you say you know how to do it. Let's do commencing form, okay? Good Tai Chi posture. Everybody's doing it with me. Begin. One more time, feet together. Begin. Okay, good. All right, so here are my instructions. So far, so good. Make sure that when you do commence, you're already in a good Tai Chi posture and you know what you're gonna do. And you see my feet are not apart, but they're pretty tight in. Not tight in, but pretty close to touching, okay, at the knees. And then when you say, yes, I'm ready, that means that 50% of the weight is evenly distributed on each side. And then you slowly, in increments, drain, heavy on the right, on the toe, when you open. Now, when it's on the toe and you know you're gonna go down, your hands start to move because your whole body is moving. Then you don't just go, so watch first, you don't just do it this way. So this is what you do. You see that my hands started moving just as I put the pressure down. It's warranting it. It's making me go forward. It's not saying, do this, do this, do this, do this. It's helping me to flow better. Here, then with the pressure going down, my hands start to rotate and then come up. Okay, let's practice that. Good Tai Chi posture. So you see that my knees are not flexed like this because there's no energy generated yet, but it's ready for action. Slowly drain the weight off your left, lift up your heel, on your arch, on your sole, on your toe, ready for action, open, toe, sole, arch, heel, rotate up, take a deep breath in, shoulder level, drop your shoulders and everything drops as well as your knees. Okay, one more time. So what am I looking for? I'm not looking for the old way that you did it, but I'm looking for a new way to help you use your whole body. Here we go, commencing form. Up, sole, toe, balance, open, move hands, down, up, breath in, shoulder, reverse, flex, drop, make yourself small. All right, one more time and then we're moving on to the ball. Okay, here we go, commencing form, and your glance now is right at me, but you know that it's through the walls all the way out, okay? Tongue on your palate, shift, up, sole, toe, off, toe, move, 50-50 up, breath in, shoulder, small, flex, down. As you make your T, you're rounding off your ball and actually holding it at the same time that you make your T. Okay, here we go. Down, rounding, moving that foot and T together, ball together. Why are we doing that? Because we need balance to move. Open, down, rounding the left hand under as you move that T together. So can you see that this is a simultaneous movement? So we opened, we come down. As I'm rounding my ball, I'm rounding to my T. So to do it out of sync, I'm finding my ball, then I do my T. Or the opposite, which is wrong. T, rounding. So what are we looking for? We're looking for more uniformity, more use of our body at the same time. We talk about mimicking. The hands mimic the feet, and the feet mimic the hands. And here is the situation. Round, T. Finish together. Can we try that and then move on to parting of the wild horse's mane? Okay? Starting from commencing form. Here we go with Tai Chi posture. Shift weight, heel, sole, toe, open, toe, sole, arch, heel, rotate, up. This should be light now. Light, light, light. Relax, down. As we round out our hands, we form our T. Out, L, part the wild horse's mane, 1. Sit back, out, hold your ball for better balance. Heel, part the wild horse's mane, 2. Good Tai Chi posture, stretch out that back knee. Sit back, out, hold your ball for better balance. Heel, part the wild horse's mane, 3. Okay, Tai Chi posture, commencing form. Begin. To see, lots to put together and consolidate all that I see. And another part of seeing things and understanding is how you feel about the movement. And for Tai Chi especially, there's a lot of feeling going on. It's fuzzy, it's furry, but it has to be natural. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I need you to get away from being a robot and just working it through. She said this, she said this, she said this. She said this, she said this, she said that. So we're trying to round everything out. With that, then there comes a definite positive feeling. Then you get the picture that your body is operating as one unit, okay, as a whole. And then the feeling of Tai Chi becomes kicked up a notch, and you feel a lot better of what you're doing. And I'm not saying that that it should have been gained over the years that you've been doing, but it can gradually move into that point. But if I don't introduce it, you may not feel that it's important, but it is of primary focus right now, okay? All right. When we part the wild horse's mane, this is what I should see. Can I just let you watch first? And I don't know whether to face you or to do it sideways. I think I do it sideways. So I have my ball and weight it down on my back. I come out. As I come out, my hand starts to come out. As I come out, my hand mimics my feet. My hand mimics my foot. Ball out, start to come out, fully flatten as I part the wild horse's mane. So there's several things that have to do with timing. Try to get at least one, then fix that up, and then get the next one, and then get the next one. All right, let's try it. T stance, weighting down on the right. I should never see the right foot straight up this way, because if it's weighted down, it's holding the weight, it needs to flex. You're holding your ball, the size of your ball is important, 2 inches below your navel, right top hand at chest level. When we take the L stance, the bottom hand starts to advance at the same time. Out and move, start to flatten, finish flattening, and you're serving your snack. Sit back, out, twist, hold your ball for better balance, heel, shift that hand, part the wild horse's mane. Keeping that silver thread, sit back all the way, out, 45, hold the ball for better balance, heel, move the hand, part the wild horse's mane, 3. Okay? Now, let's go forward this time, okay? Give me 2 big steps back, okay? And I want you to follow me this way and notice the angle of my foot, but also notice, if you can, take a look at the back knee. That's what I'm looking for. And at the same time you take a look at your back knee, you will gain better posture with your silver thread. Once you throw off your head or throw off your knee, everything starts to be thrown off. So it's important that you catch both of them at the same time. All right, here we go. Actually facing the wall to start, holding your ball. Check the size of your ball. Check your weighted down right foot, so you have to flex the knee. Hardly any weight on the advancing foot, which is at the stem of the capital letter T. You're going to make a nice L by coming out into the side at the same time. Move the bottom hand. Start to flatten out. Finish flattening out, making that adjustment. And you're right in the center. Serving your snack. Checking to see that your knee is not beyond your toe and the front foot, and that your knee is straight out rather than a buckle to help you with your silver thread. Your posture on your head is upright, not favoring the front. Okay, everybody do something for me. Favor the front. Is your knee now beyond your toe? Everybody should say yes. Bring it up. That's the position I want. When we come down and do it incorrectly, when we come up, our back knee is still slanted, but not throwing our body forward. And that's what I'm getting after. How many understand what I'm saying and can feel what I'm trying to attack? That's important, okay? Face the clock, hold your ball. Good parting of the wild horse's mane. Weight down on the right foot. Size of the ball is important. We're taking an L stance. Out and to the side, move the hand. Open the knees. Stretch. Sit back. Out. Hold your ball for better balance. Heel, move the hand. Start to flatten. Here it is. Sit back, out, hold your ball, heel, start to flatten, bow stance. Now, do you feel comfortable? I'm going to make you feel more uncomfortable by asking you to stretch out the knee beyond the toe. Then come back and make it in correct alignment, and do you feel that your head is now more erect? But we did not take any consideration of the knee. We assumed that the back knee was straight. But once you come forward, there's a tendency to shift your whole body, including your head, forward. So to correct that, you do it wrong, bring it back and say, this is the perfect stance. Sit back, twist, hold your ball, heel, start to move, stretch out the back knee, flatten out. Ask yourself, are you stretched forward? Sit back, twist, hold your ball, heel, move the hand, start to flatten, erect. Sit back, twist, better balance, heel, move the hand, energy up and across, out. Sit back, twist, hold your ball, heel, hand, out. Half step, hold your ball. Now, as you spin your ball, you're going to sit back on your back foot. Spin the ball to the left as you sit back on your back foot. Bring that hand up for better balance and counterbalance of the left. Bring up your foot and set on its toes. When we set on the toe, that is a definite break and emphasis before you start to brush your knee. Okay? So there's a lot in between that we need to brush up, but I want to somehow give you the bigger picture, come back and redo it and redo it and redo it. Okay? Because I can't feel and what you feel, can I see a show of hands who honestly feel that they feel a little differently by moving in a different way? Can I see a show of hands? Yeah. If I don't see any hands, then I feel like I did not get enough across to you. But those are the things that are very taxing, because it's easier for me to say, oh, she got it, or she got it as best as she can, and move on. But it's important that you now look at, re-examine, reevaluate what you do, and try to help yourself a little bit more. So in the process of what I'm teaching and addressing, it should reach out to those of you who have been with me for 8 years and all the rest of the ones who have only been here for the first time to learn the 24. Okay? So that's the focus that I have. It's not saying that just because you've been here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years that you know it all. You have to pull yourself back and re-examine and relearn. In other words, come with an open mind, and maybe just kind of empty out that mind a little bit and then replenish it with new ideas. And hopefully I can do better justice to how you perform. So we take it for granted that we all know what Tai Chi posture is, because it's laborious to have to keep on telling you to do it. But after a certain point, you should always keep your tongue on your palate, and I can't check that. But if you're lazy and you don't want to do it, then that's up to you, but you should do that. And don't forget that when we move, we need to always move together. And it's my body and my mind that's making my movement. And it's not just saying, hold the ball, heel out, hand out, and just using my hand. I was just using my hand, I just felt awkward because I felt like there was too much pressure here. But if I use my body, it's easy. I'm using my hips and my waist to turn, to present my snack. At the same time, I'm engaging my core muscles so they are getting stronger. Let's do the 24. Every time when let's use what we learned. If we come out and we do something, whether it's parting, whether it's warding, whether it's even grasping, make sure that you are erect, that you have your Tai Chi cable in the right spot, and you can always check that. Actually, it's hard to check while you're in movement, even for me, but I can see it, occurring. but it's very easy to let it go, but hard to pull it down and say, we can fix it. And so this is what this is all about. Let's fix it. So apply what we just learned to all the movements that we will do in the 24. Now, I will try to give out instructions for those of you who are brand new to the 24, okay? And you might want to reposition yourselves, Shizuko, because once you're that way, you're going to have a hard time finding me. So you might want to come back into the middle of the class. Okay, go, Yang 24. Commencing form. Open, rotate, up, deep breath, relax. T and ball, out and hands, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, out, hold your ball, heel and hands. Sit back, out. Last part, half step, rotate, hand up, foot up, white crane set, then bisect, look back, brush your knee, erect, sit back, out, left hand higher, look at it, here, brush your knee, 2, sit back, out, 3, half step, sit back, rock, play your lute, center, open, lift, meet, repulse 1, open, repulse 2, center, open, three, last one, slide back, then T stance, then out and ward off. Let's get the rhythm down. Gracefully pull down the bird's tail. Contact push. Roll back. Good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, twist, T. Out, ward off. Cable. Grasp the bird's tail. Contact, push. Good Tai Chi posture. Good Tai Chi posture. Sit back, cup, T, cup, hook, out, L, single whip. Cloud hands, cup, 1, middle, close, middle, open, middle, close, middle, last one, open. Hook, out. Good Tai Chi posture, half step. Sit back, pat your horse. Out, open, out. Momentum up, out. In, away from the back foot, double punch. Sit back, pivot, left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, out. In, hook, split, drop, down, veer to the left, set, up, toe, pivot, hook, split, drop, pivot, veer to the right, set, up, extend the knee, heel, hold the ball, heel out, hand out, maiden on her right. Sit back, out, hold your ball, heel, hand, maiden on her left. Half step to the back. Top hand, set it up. Don't go down and bend your neck. You'll lose your vase on your head. Good Tai Chi posture, heel out. Out like a rubber band to flash arm. Sit back, pivot, out to deflect. Then parry and punch. Touch, roll back, roll forward. Sit back, then twist and turn, open and open, in and in, cross hands up, out, drop, make yourself small, rotate, up, down. Turn on. So I know I lost some of you, and I don't mean to, but in doing what we just did gives you a bird's eye view of what our 10-week lesson is going to be about. And believe me that even the old timers, and it's not meant to be a not so good phrase, old timers, but we all need help, and we all need to progress. And sometimes in their position, it's more difficult to unlearn something that's been a habit. And it's easier for the teacher with 40 students to gloss them over. So it's a part of you that has to understand that you have to be disciplined to relearn and learn it maybe a little bit better. So therefore, I treat all of you, whether old-timers or beginners, alike, because there's always room for progress and learning things a little bit better, okay? So even if you tell me I know commencing form, in the process of doing the routine and the practice, you are gaining more strength, you are getting better balance, you are not as wobbly, you are also listening to the music and knowing the high tones for the high positions as well as the low positions. And timing is important all the time for yourself, for your group, for performing, for listening, for the better rhythm of the set itself. And even though I'm doing it and I say to myself, hey, why am I doing it? I already know it. It's helping me to build more stamina, and it's also giving me, in the process, better balance, okay? And the learning just never stops. So even though I say this is the best that I can do now, it's probably not the best for another person, and I'm gonna have to keep on practicing and getting better. So hopefully the same for you, all right? Show me what we just learned now, okay? I'll try to call it out, and I wanna watch, okay? So right now, you're gonna give me good Tai Chi posture. So give me your best Tai Chi posture, okay? So you know you're almost like a rag doll, okay? You're almost like a rag doll. But this time I'm gonna say one thing which I forgot to say. You're gonna get your butt and you're gonna tuck it under rather than rag doll and stick it out. You're gonna tuck it under, then that's gonna help you more with your silk silver thread. All right, that's the position I need you to take. So this is the checklist. Are your knees relaxed? Are your hands to the sides? Are your shoulders drooping? Is your chest concave? Is your tongue on your palate? Is your silk silver thread now erect, holding you erect? Okay, and I see all kinds of feet positions, so I need to see better feet positions. Drop what you're doing, pull it in, not tighten it up, but each foot should look alike, not one to the side and one straight ahead. Okay, so that's proper right now, okay? And then I need to see at least your knees touching rather than gape. Okay, a little bit touching, Richard. Okay, all right, and hands to the side. Okay, go ahead, commencing form. Slowly drain the weight. On your toes, open, toe, arch, heel, rotate up, shoulder level, reverse, tuck your elbows, flex your knees, round out as you make your T, out and to the side, part the wild horse's mane. Good Tai Chi posture, sit back, out, hold your ball for better balance as you shift your weight, heel out, part the wild horse's mane 2. Sit back, out, hold your ball, heel and hands, part the wild horse's mane 3. Okay, good. Now come back and look at me. When we part the wild horse's mane, we not only have to look at our feet and legs and knees and stance, but we have to look at how we're parting with our hands, okay? It should, in the end, all come together as one unit. But if we break it down, this is how the hands should look. The hands should come out, and they should come out this way and then end up here. I shouldn't have to see something like this too low and too over to the side. I should see it centered in my body, but at eye level. So this is not good enough. It's centered, but it is way below eye level. And as you then finish and polish up and finalize the gift or the snack you're giving to your friend, you need to make it more appealing and say, here it is. So there is a slight movement of the wrist. It does not just go out like this. It has to be finished by turning out at eye level. Okay, can we try that? On a T stance, weight down, hold your ball, nice ball. You're going to move at the same time, hands and feet. L stance, move the bottom hand. Energy up on your knee to straighten out. Here it is, eye level wrist action. Sit back, all the way back. Then pivot out. Then hold your ball. Heel, move the hand. Move the torso, move the waist and the hips. End of the thing, here it is. Sit back, twist out, hold your ball, heel, move the hand, move the torso, hips and waist. Action out, wrist. Sit back, twist, hold your ball, out, hand, here it is, wrist action, eye level. Sit back, twist, hold your ball, heel hands, flatten out, end at the same time, wrist action. Sit back, one more, twist, hold your ball, heel hands, part the wild horse's mane. All right, good. I like how I see your hands. Okay, so get back. A lot of times I see the hand like this. I see the hand like this. I want to see the hand making that whole motion. But I don't want to see the hand making that whole motion and shifting your cable. That's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking you to say, round it out a little bit more. This doesn't do anything. I hardly had enough room to make my hip and my waist turn. I was too cramped, therefore my motion of my hand just went like that. But it's more beautiful if you come out, use the power of your energy of your hips and waist, and come out this way. Everything is connected. Can we come to a T? Can we come to an L? Can we use your hands like I do and move everything and say, here it is. T, hands, out, move, then serve. Make sure it's at eye level, okay? So that's the motion I want. T, hands. This is almost functioning as not only your torso, but connected to your hips and waist. Out, T, move, out, eye level. That's the motion I want. Now let's put our hands. T, out, move the hands, open the knees, out, eye level. Do you see that you are now expanding your motion and making it more elongated and rounded rather than cramped up and say, they said to do it this way. No, we want it to look rounded, beautiful, and flowing. Well, here's a drill that you could, I think, all recognize that your hips and waist are very, very important in doing Tai Chi. It's an easy way out where we forget about our hips and waist and only address our limbs, our arms. But to use your whole body correctly in Tai Chi, you need to be aware of where your hips and your waist are. So you're going to be on, like, you're going to do what I'm doing, and you're on a T stance. When you're on an L stance, you're going to move your hips and waist to help you make that parting of the wild horseman movement apparent. So if you keep on doing this and you find that your hips and waist are never in line with that outward foot, you need to move the hips and waist so that they are in proper alignment. If it's not in proper alignment, you're going to have, over a longer period of time, knee joint problems or hip problems. And the best way to check yourself is to put your hands on your hip. If your then body, your whole hip, goes and is properly aligned to your left foot, they should square with that outward foot. Then you check yourself. Sit back, out step, heel, make sure the hips go as you flatten and end up the same time that your foot is flat, making sure the back knee is straight out. Sit back, out. This time the hips are also aligned to that outward foot. Heel, then you can turn your hips and waist, flatten out, hips aligned again. So each time you sit back and take an out step, no matter where it is, the hip and the waist has to be aligned before you can then turn again. You need to complete the alignment of the hip and the waist. And I think that this has never been really worked on, so I do have this mismatch of alignment, okay? So that is something that you can work on. And it will then not only, so you know that what I'm teaching you is not just for parting of the wild horse's mane and for warding off, but it goes for everything. And the everything is the foundation that Tai Chi walk, same thing, same thing. Out, hips and waist are aligned. Heel, turn, hips and waist are aligned. So when we practice Tai Chi walk, it should come natural. Don't forget, because I know some of you do other kinds of exercises, and that's great. But when you come with other types of experience on board, you tend to bring that exercise rules or guidelines to Tai Chi. And it's obvious that I know, even if you didn't tell me, what other things you do. So the one obvious thing is that you need to tuck your butt rather than do anything else. I'm not saying you're protruding or sticking it out, but just remember you have to tuck it under. And each of the elements that I talked about today complete a whole, but there are many more elements that need to be filled in. So each one is important, but together, if you get all the elements, you will feel better and do better Tai Chi, okay? Okay, thank you.
We must say that Tai Chi is very different. It's unlike any other exercise anybody has experienced. So that's the premise in which I try to make my lessons more palatable. I try to keep a very positive atmosphere and doing everything in unison and doing it in the best way they can. You feel energized, and it seems like it's multiplied in a group. Everybody's trying their best. It seems like everybody's stepping up a notch, and the standard gets a little higher. I must reiterate that it's an individual journey, so people progress at their own speed, and they have a lot in common. They're people who don't know each other, but just through learning Tai Chi, would go for coffee. It's a real all-inclusive, very supportive group.
I think that is a point which is alluded to by some Tai Chi masters, particularly those with Western influence, that Tai Chi has a socializing element to it. It helps people to get to know each other, learn while they're learning a particular discipline, and they become a social network, which at least for the most of the individuals that we have as students are older, and it is a well-known fact that developing social connections